So you're thinking about moving to Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, in this video, we're going to check out Mason, one of the largest suburbs in the northern part of Cincinnati. Located about 25 miles northeast of downtown Cincinnati, Mason is ranked the #3 best place to live in all of Cincinnati and the #8 best place to live in all of Ohio. I'm Angela Evans with Cincinnati Ohio Living, and whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, go ahead and use my contact information in the description box below. I would love to help you make a move here in Cincinnati. I'm going to be posting new videos every single week about different suburbs here in Cincinnati and different things to know when you're buying or selling a home. So if you never want to miss a video, go ahead and hit subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. So I'm here today in historic downtown Mason, right on Main Street here. And let me just tell you, there are lots of people down here today. The weather is beautiful. You have Quatman's Cafe, which is packed. You have Two Cities Pizzeria, which is also packed. Looks like they have a line at the door. And then right down the street, you have Whippy Dip, which is a delicious little ice cream place. All right, are you ready to check out a few different houses and different price ranges here in Mason so we can decide what fits in your budget? Let's go. We are looking at a house that is listed at $425,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's about 2,200 square feet. One of the things that I love about the house is the hardwood floors. And another thing is the really peaceful and private back deck area. This house has been maintained by what looks like the original homeowner for the last several years. It was built in 1979. So this home sits in the subdivision called the Greenery. You might also hear it called the Putters Point subdivision. And we are located just around the corner from the Grizzly Golf and Social Lodge. So the Grizzly Golf Course and Lodge is located all throughout this neighborhood. You do have an HOA here in this community. It is about $355 a month at the time of this video. And that's going to cover all your grounds, landscaping, lawn, everything. You don't have to take care of that stuff. You also have a pool and tennis courts to use, and that is included also. It does look like there might be some special assessments for HOA dues, for exterior repairs and stuff on this type of home, but those are going to be, periodically and voted on by the board. So this location is just around the corner from the Grizzly Golf and Social Lodge, which is a course that was designed by the partnership of Jack Nicklaus and Desmond Muirhead. And it is a really unique course and has a lot of special features. They also have a little 4-hole course that you can practice on, or if you're just short on time and you want to play a couple holes, that's something that you can do. Another feature that I think is really nice about this particular house is the paver walkway, and around the side they also have the patio. And then all throughout they have Pella windows, which have the blinds built into them, and you can just tell they're really high quality windows that are built to last. One great thing about this location, not only are you basically sitting on a golf course and tucked away here nice and privately in the woods, but you are just minutes from I-71. It is really close to the highway, and there's some dining options there. You are extremely close as well to the Lindner Family Tennis Center, which is the huge tennis place in the area. So the median home value here in Mason is about $375,000. The median household income is right around $120,000 per the last census, and about 78% of people here in Mason own their own home. Right. Now that we've seen what about $400,000 can buy you here in Mason, let's take a look at the Village Lakes community to see what about $600,000 can buy you. All right, so this next house we are going to take a look at, it's going to be listed at $614,900. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, about 3,000 square feet of finished space. Sits on about a 1/4 acre lot. So this home has a lot of updates inside, including a renovated kitchen and master bath, updated flooring. It has a finished basement as well. So this community does have an HOA. You're going to pay about $400 a year. And that's going to cover things like your landscaping for the community, your pool, your tennis courts, walking trails, and there's a play area, association dues, and for the clubhouse as well. So this neighborhood is located in the Mason City School District. And actually we are just a mile and a half from Mason High School. The Mason Public School District has over 10,000 students between 5 schools. And they are ranked number 7 in the Cincinnati area, number 8 in all of Ohio for the best public school system. Oh, one notable thing, their baseball team won the state championship this year for Mason High School, and their marching band is in the top 10 marching bands in the country. So they have a pretty well-known marching band. They also have an orchestra at Mason High School. So a little fun fact about the Mason Public Schools is that Mason High School has about 3,500 students, one of the largest high schools in all of Ohio. So another notable thing about this neighborhood is that you are literally like 7 minutes from Kings Island, which is the major amusement park here in the area. They have Soak City, which is an outdoor water park. They have hundreds of roller coasters and other attractions there. They just redid the kids amusement area, Planet Snoopy, and that just opened this summer. So that's been a pretty big deal. Kings Island also has a lot of other special events throughout the year. They have Halloween, fright stuff. If that's something you're into, I am not. They also have Winterfest, which is a huge deal, and I remember going to that every year as a kid. I loved seeing like the ice skaters and everything, so that's another really cool, fun thing that Kings Island has to offer here. And then right next to Kings Island, you have Great Wolf Lodge, which is an indoor water area and like hotel. We went there once with my whole family over the winter to stay a night, and it was a ton of fun. They have a little arcade, they have a restaurant in there, and obviously the indoor water park and rides are the biggest attraction. All right, now that we've seen what about $600,000 can buy you, let's check out a house what about $800,000 can buy you here in Mason. All right, so now we're going to check out a house that's listed at $879,900. It is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, located on just about 3 acres. You are just across the street from Pine Hill Park. You have a pond, a creek, a wooded view in the back. You also have a pool. And another really unique thing about this house is that it is zoned to run a business out of as well. It's currently being used as a barbershop. All right, so right now we are about a half mile from the historic downtown area of Mason. All right, so I am just across the street now at Pine Hill Lakes Park from our last stop. And let me tell you, Mason has 7 city parks totaling over 300 acres. This particular park has walking trails. As you can see, I'm on one of the paved walking trails. You can also ride your bike on. They have a fishing lake, a play area for the kids. A lot of the parks have like tennis courts or pickleball courts or baseball fields. So there's kind of something for everyone at all of these parks. Now that we've seen what about $800,000 can buy you in Mason, let's make one last stop and see what about $1.2 million can buy you here in the neighborhood of Whispering Springs. All right, so our last stop today in Mason is a house that is listed just over there beyond the lake for $1.2 million. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, fully renovated, state-of-the-art kitchen, high-end luxury, spa-like bathrooms, sits on this lake as you can see. It's about 4,500 square feet. And you do have an HOA here. It's going to run you about $379 quarterly, and that's going to cover your pool, your common areas, and your tennis courts, and your clubhouse, and your association dues. This neighborhood is absolutely gorgeous. There's actually a couple homes that are for rent right now in this neighborhood, and they're renting for $4,000 or $5,000 a month, just to give you an idea on that. So one of the reasons why you're going to see some rentals out in a neighborhood like this is because there are some major companies headquartered out here in Mason. You have P&G, which is the biggest one, Luxottica, Mitsubishi Electronics, Cintas, just to name a couple. So there are a lot of really big companies out here, and as you know, if you work for any of those companies, you may be traveling a lot, you may get relocated. So my guess is that some of these houses that are for rent are because they are actually owned by these companies, or someone that was relocated temporarily and plans to come back to the area eventually. All right, so here in Mason, you're actually kind of centrally located to 3 different international airports. You're only about 45 minutes from the Dayton International Airport. You're about 35, 40 minutes, depending on the traffic, to the Cincinnati International Airport, which is in northern Kentucky. And then you're 93 miles from the Columbus International Airport. So obviously that's a little bit further, but if you have an office or meetings in Columbus, then that might be something that, appeals to you, that we're that close to Columbus as well. And especially, like I said, with the major corporations that are headquartered out here in Mason, you may be traveling a lot if you work for any of those places. And it's going to be important to know where the airports are and make sure that you have plenty of options there. Hey, if you want to know all about Cincinnati, Ohio and the surrounding suburbs, then go ahead and hit subscribe and tap the bell for notifications, so that way you never miss a video. Thanks for checking out Mason with me today. As you can see, there are tons of options ranging from $300,000 all the way up to $1.2 million right now. So now that we had a chance to take a look at a few homes in different price ranges here in Mason, hopefully you can decide if Mason's the place for you and if it fits in your budget. Make sure you check out my other videos that I have, including a part 2 for Mason that is going to be coming soon after this one. And also my top 5 suburbs for Cincinnati, where Mason ranks number 3.